The southern island of Jeju came under the direct influence of Typhoon Jongdari on Tuesday night as strong winds and heavy rains hit along the country's southern and western coasts.
어젯밤 강풍과 폭우가 우리나라 남부 및 서부 해안을 강타하면서 제주 남부 지역의 태풍 종다리의 직접적인 영향권에 들어섰습니다. 네, 그 남부 지역이요. 직접 영향권에 들어섰다는 소식이고, tell us more about this.
Right, so a typhoon advisory was issued for waters far off Jeju, while preliminary advisories were issued for the island and waters off the country's south coast. This is, of course, according to the Korea Meteorological Administration. So Jeju was expected to receive up to 100 millimeters of rain through Wednesday, while the maximum instantaneous wind speed on the island was forecast to be between 20 and 30 meters per second starting Tuesday afternoon. The typhoon packing winds of up to 19 meters per second and with a central pressure of 998 hectopascals. And in response to the approaching typhoon, the Interior Ministry also activated a level 1 emergency yesterday morning, with Minister Lee Sang-min ordering related ministries to make thorough preparatory measures to minimize any sort of damage occurring from the typhoon.
Right. I understand that the name of this particular typhoon was submitted by North Korea. And of course, we know that the names of typhoons in Asia are submitted by all the different countries in Asia. Oftentimes they're birds, flowers, you name it. But this time around, I believe it's the name of a bird. To come under the influence of something, what does that mean?
Right, so if you come under the influence of something, it means you are affected or controlled by something. But you might have heard this expression being used when someone is driving under the influence of something, and that means you are intoxicated or under the influence of alcohol.
Exactly. Come under the influence. 영향을 받다라는 뜻입니다. 그런데요, 운전할 때 음주운전을 하다라는 것도 영어식으로 말하면은 그 술의 영향을 받았다라는 뜻으로 driving under the influence라고 합니다. 물론 the influence of what가 나와 있지 않지만 운전할 때는 driving under the influence라고만 해도 음주운전으로 해석이 되죠.
It's sort of a set expression.
It
so we
is.
just say DUI, and that is driving under the influence of alcohol. And it means you have had some sort of alcohol before you drove, and it's breaking the law.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, in America, when you say DUI, it could be under the influence of drugs as well.
Drugs as well, yes.
But, you know, drugs, alcohol, whatever it is, it's all just called DUI. 자, coming under the influence 역시 마찬가지로 무언가의 영향을 받다라는 뜻이 되겠습니다. 뒤에는 of 하고 무엇의 영향인지 붙이면 되고요. Southern and western coasts.
Right, so a coast is the part of land that's near the sea, the edge of the land. And when we're talking about southern and western, it means it's situated or maybe directed towards or facing towards the south or the west.
그렇죠. 남부와 서부 해안을 Southern and Western Coasts라고 얘기할 수 있겠습니다. 자, 다시 한번 제가 헤드라인 읽어볼게요. The southern island of Jeju came under the direct influence of Typhoon Jongdari on Tuesday night, as strong winds and heavy rains hit along the country's southern and western coasts. Let's move on to the second headline.